Hello, my friends. This is Grammie, and I'm going to be reading you a story. And the story is going to be titled Curious George at the Aquarium. And the authors are Margaret and H.A. Rays. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George and the man with the yellow hat were visiting an aquarium. Have you ever been to an aquarium before? They are lots of fun. George, said the man, please wait here while I buy the tickets. George tried to wait, but he was so excited. What was inside? He wanted to look over the walls, but they were too high. There's a lot of people at the aquarium. I'm going to see if I get this right. Just then he heard a splash and a swoosh. Water flew high in the air. People cheered. What could that be? George was curious. He hopped over the gate into the aquarium. How surprised he was. See the water? Swimming right in front of George were two beluga whales. The mother and the baby beluga whale swam right past him. And not far away was a family of sea lions diving and splashing. What fun! George noticed people walking towards a big door. Could there be more to see? He followed the crowd. Now, where was he? It was darker inside, and there were fish everywhere. George did not know where to look first. In one tank, there were sharp-toothed piranha. In another tank, there were seahorses. And in another tank, there was a large red octopus. There are all the different fishes, and I see some jellyfish in one. Do you see them? And there are the piranhas, the seahorses, and the big red octopus. George saw a group of children across the room. An aquarium staff member was pointing to different sea creatures. This is a starfish, this is a clam, and this is an urchin. Nearby, there was a long, low, colorful tank. It was perfect for touching. George was curious. As he reached his hand into the water, a large crab came scuttling out from under a rock and right towards his finger. Snap! Ouch! Poor George. He did not like this exhibit. But if you can look at the low tide tank, in front, George is in front of a sign, but in the second picture, the sign says, "Do not touch." George slipped out a door into sunlight. But oh, what was going on here? George saw fat, funny-looking black and white fish flying under the water. As he watched, they flew out of the water. What kind of fish does that? And where did they go? George wondered. George climbed up and into their exhibit. I bet you know what those are. How many are there? Can you count them? And there's the other ones. And George is in the middle of the exhibit. George. There were not fish at all, but penguins, of course. George hopped like a penguin, flapped his wings like a penguin, and waddled like a penguin. A crowd gathered and laughed, but when he slid on his belly like a penguin, I bet you can do all those motions. The aquarium staff stopped by it to check on the penguins. A monkey? In the penguin exhibit? George opened the door to escape, but instead all the penguins ran out. Penguins, penguins everywhere. The staff was angry at George. How could they catch all the penguins? At all the excitement, nobody noticed the penguin chick falling into the water. No one but George. The baby penguin hadn't learned to swim yet. As only a monkey can, George scaled the rope hanging over the beluga tank and swung over the water, saving the chick. I'm so glad George is there to help. Whoa. Silly Grammie. Good old George helping the chick be saved. The director of the aquarium and the man with the yellow hat heard the commotion and came running. That monkey helped the baby penguin, said a boy in the crowd. No one else could have saved him, said a girl. The director thanked George for his help and made him an honorary staff member of the aquarium. Well, that's awfully nice. He saved the little baby chick from the water. George said goodbye to his new penguin friends. He could not wait to come back to the aquarium and visit them again. And that's the end of our book. The end. I'm so glad I got to read this story to you, and I hope that someday, or maybe you have gone to an aquarium to see all the aquatic wildlife. And I know that at Chaffee Zoo in Fresno, they have a stingray aquarium that you can touch the stingrays swimming by. They feel very, I guess, rubbery, I guess you could say. But one day, maybe we can look at a movie or a video on fishes and stuff like that that you see in the ocean. That would be fun. So you have a wonderful week, and Grammie will put on some more stories for you to read or listen to. And I give you kisses. I send you my heart. Hello, I see you. Until next time, and have a wonderful week coming. Bye-bye.